A couple of meetings, a couple of fundraisers, more information on National Convention, and an apology from me. Federation Focus is on for the week of June 9th, 2025. Hey there, PA Federationists. Welcome in to Studio B. Back home and in Studio B. And we're going to start off with the apology. If you watched last week's episode, there were two spots where it sounded like there was no audio. And here's what happened. I processed the audio after all the editing and voiceover stuff was done. And I left some empty spots in there because in the one scene I was playing, and I think it's called Powerball, and letting you listen for the ball as it was coming back toward me when I shot it down the one end. It has some things inside and a bell or something inside. And so you could hear that. But when I processed the audio, it completely took it out. Now, on the flip side, the audio was fantastic of me speaking and the two folks at the National Center speaking and telling us about the cookies and saying hello. So that was the good part. The bad part was those two lengthy sections where there was nothing, just silence. One was when I was playing that Powerball game in the seating area near the sleeping rooms. The other was when I was walking from the room outside of the sleeping rooms, swiping my card at the sensor, and then waiting for the doors to open. You could hear all that. You could hear the beep of me swiping the card, and then you could hear the doors opening. Of course, you probably didn't hear my footsteps as I was walking towards that, but it was around 8 or so seconds of just silence because it all got taken out. But again, the audio quality of my voice was great because the National Center in that area, the ceilings are really high. So I do apologize. I will do better, and I will keep that in mind next time when I do have a tour, and I do have something coming up for the week that we are away at convention. You have to tune in then to see what it is. But I will keep that in mind when there is nothing going on. I will make sure that I mention that I'm going to walk. Oh, and one other thing. People were asking me, what were you pointing to? We couldn't tell what that was. I never said it was unsweetened iced tea. I know a lot of folks who know me know that that was probably what it is or was, but that's what that container had that I had so many 30 or 40 ounce mugs of while I was at the National Center last weekend. Okay, so let's move on to the meetings. And I mentioned there are two meetings, and one chapter is not having a meeting that usually does on the second Saturday, and I'll get to that at the end. First meeting is Tuesday night at 7:30. It is the Happy Valley chapter. Link is down below. It's via Zoom. Check it out and say hello to Michelle McManus, the Happy Valley chapter president. The other meeting is the Greater Lehigh Valley chapter. They have a hybrid meeting in person at the Denny's in Allentown, and the address is down below in the description. And the conference call number is also down below if you can't make it to Denny's. So check those two out. Now, I mentioned a chapter not meeting this week when they usually do, and that's the Keystone chapter. There is an event at the Penn Museum where we couldn't have our normal meeting room, so we are pushed back a week to the 21st. So by all means, go and enjoy the Penn Museum if you want to go check it out. And there are a lot of great things in that museum, some over 5,000 years old. So take a look around there. It is also an IRA hotspot because it's part of the University of Pennsylvania campus. Again, no Keystone chapter meeting this week. If you want to go to the Penn Museum to enjoy it, that would be fabulous and a great idea. Now, I mentioned a couple of fundraisers. The first one is one that is doing very, very well at this point. That is the scholarship raffle. Tickets are $5. The drawing is every night in October, the 1st through the 31st, so 31 chances to win. Again, $5 per ticket. You buy a ticket that has a 3-digit number. If that number comes up in that order, you win $50 if it happens from Sunday to Friday. If it comes up on Saturday, you win $100. You don't need to do anything to claim your prize. Sometime in November, you will receive a check in the mail for the correct amount. And again, if you buy multiple tickets and you win multiple times, good luck on that, you will get a check with your total winnings from the treasurer at the NFB of Pennsylvania. The other fundraiser is the Greater Berks Panera Bread fundraiser on July 26th. All of the information is below in the description, so check that out and help Greater Berks out. Before I get to National Convention, I did want to mention this, and the ink is not quite dry yet, so I'm not going to give all the particulars because I don't know them all yet. August 1st through the 3rd. That's the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. The Mid-Atlantic Student Seminar is coming to Center City, Philadelphia at the Hampton Inn. Starts around dinner time on the 1st, concludes around lunchtime on the 3rd. It'll be downtown, like I said, in Philadelphia. So if you are a student, a college student, you will want to attend this. Again, the 1st through the 3rd of August. I will find out more details on Wednesday when we have our next meeting about it. But I wanted to tell you now so you can put it on your calendar. If you're thinking about going down the shore, put it off for a week before you go back to school and go to the Mid-Atlantic Student Seminar the 1st through the 3rd. More details next week. Now, one other thing I wanted to mention, and that is the National Convention coming up the 8th to the 13th of July. And I know you're saying, why are you mentioning this? We can't register online. That is true. You cannot register online right now. It's closed. You missed it. Ended the end of May. No biggie. There are still hotel rooms available. We spoke to John Berggren, Lisa and I, and we'll be on our next episode of White Canes Connect that will come out later this week. And he told us the Sheraton still has rooms for the entire time. The Marriott, if you're not staying the whole time, may have some rooms, but not for the entire time. So all of the information is below. There's the link, nfb.org/convention. And you can check out the hotel information so you can give the hotels a call, make your reservations. You'll have to register on site. Now, if you are already confirmed that you are going, there's a link to the agenda down below. Take a look at the agenda and let me know when you can work our exhibit hall table. The exhibit hall hours are Wednesday and Thursday from 9 to 5, Friday from noon to 1:45, and then from 5 to 9 that night. Looking for 2-hour blocks for folks who are going would be really, really helpful. Again, the agenda is linked below, so take a look, see what you want to do, and then let me know 2-hour blocks. So maybe you can do 9 to 11 one day or whatever you want to do. If you've got time, I'd really appreciate you helping out at the exhibit hall table down in New Orleans. Liz is going, so she'll be there a lot of the time. I'm sure I'll be there some of the time when I'm not in one of the other things and and many of the other meetings that I have been scheduled to go to. So check it out. Again, if you really want to go, take a look at the agenda and let me know what you can do. And I will start to make a spreadsheet once I start getting some folks emailing me, hey, I can do these times and days and so forth. I would really appreciate the help at the table. We're going to be selling chocolate-covered pretzels from Asher's. We're going to have dark chocolate, milk chocolate, and white chocolate. Not many white chocolate, but we'll have those 3 items to sell. We'll also have Johnson's caramel corn. You know, if you've ever gone to Ocean City, New Jersey, along the boardwalk there, or if you've ever visited the West Coast Video in Brookhaven, or many of the other West Coast Videos, we used to sell it as well. And it sold very well. So that's what we'll be selling. It looks like we may or may not have some items from hers, still waiting to hear back. So hopefully we'll have some hers products as well, but we'll see. Definitely chocolate-covered pretzels, which always do well, and the Johnson's caramel corn. So again, if you could help out, that would be great. I know I said I was done, but I do have one more thing. Tomorrow, June 10th, Liz and I will be celebrating our 35th wedding anniversary. I know, we don't look that old, but we are. Believe me, we are. We feel it. So I'm amazed every morning when I wake up that she's allowed me to wake up and I haven't suspiciously died in my sleep. But happy anniversary to Liz. And it has been a great run, and hopefully we've got many more years ahead of waking up. I do appreciate you tuning in for this episode of Federation Focus, again, for the week of June 9th, 2025. Thanks so much, and I'll talk to you next week.